Guys, welcome back. I'm here with another special guest today, the one and only Nutty O, Grammy-nominated, Grammy-featured, NAMA winning, Zima winning, so many awards. Honestly, guys, this guy has got so many things in his catalog, so many great artists he's worked with, from the Marleys to Etana to Jah Prayzah, endorsed by some of the greatest artists, not just in Zimbabwe, but also worldwide. We're also going to be playing a lot of his music today as well. So, trust me, you guys are going to want to tune in for this. My brother Nutty O from Zimbabwe, how you doing, brother?
Bless, bro. How was you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for gracing us with the presence today.
Yeah.
I know you were
a pleasure.
You were up really late. Shall I say early in the morning?
Yeah.
In the studio working.
You're working.
Working all the time.
Always working, yeah.
Absolutely. So, dude, I know that, I want to talk about some of your music that you're working on now, but there's so many exciting things that are going on.
Yeah.
But for those in our audience that don't necessarily know you, can you introduce yourself a little bit and tell us a little bit about yourself? Because we're in London, we're in the UK, and you're based in Zimbabwe at the moment, but you're always here all the time anyway.
Yeah.
So for our London audience, can you introduce yourself to them?
Yeah. My name is Nutty O. Real name Carrington Simbarashi Shiwadzwa.
Awesome.
Yeah, singer, songwriter, recording artist. Well versatile.
Amazing.
Representing Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
On a bigger platform.
Absolutely.
I'm the man with the vision to export our Zimbabwean art outside and just make sure we intertwine with the rest of the world artistically. Release my debut album, The Mustard Seed.
I love it.
Arguably, people say still the baddest album in the country.
Some amazing features
After this time, amazing features. The journey has been all right musically.
Yeah.
And I'm here. I was here for the Zim Link Up that happened last week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fire, man, fire. So, you know what, we're going to have a specific segment for the music part of it. But before we go on and talk about the music, because you've worked with some dope artists, Stonebwoy, DeMarco from Jamaica. You've been to Jamaica as well.
I haven't been to Jamaica yet.
Okay,
not yet, but the link is. It feels like I've been there.
Honestly, when I saw some of the videos and the people that are talking about you, I thought, oh, you must be Jamaican. I know you're not Jamaican, but
it feels like I've been there. It feels like, yeah.
The link up was amazing. So for those that are, want to get to know exactly where this kind of came from, because sometimes people don't really realize that Zimbabwe's got a very big reggae dancehall culture.
Yeah. And it's all in the education. It's all in the education, like I always say. It's no question why Zimbabwe is so big on reggae and dancehall. That's our base influence. 100%. Coming from Bob Marley, 1980, 100%. Bro.
Oh my God.
We are speaking of someone who was somehow involved in our independence.
Absolutely.
Because Bob Marley came and performed at our independence. You get what I mean?
That famous song.
Sang a song for Zimbabwe, a song based on the liberation of Zimbabwe. And in his videos, it's all within the history, it's documented. He came out one day, in his interviews was saying he loves Zimbabwe, So that in itself is validation.
Yeah.
Bob Marley leaving Zim after the independence, he left a seed. And this is the seed that we all gravitating towards, the reggae dancehall seed. That's why we heavily gravitating on reggae and dance. So that's our music.
Absolutely.
So it's no question why you would see a Zimbabwean sounding like this. It's no question you would hear a Zimbabwean singing reggae or dance, or hear a Zimbabwean speaking in patois, because we appreciate the culture and we are within the culture, because the seed was left and we gravitated towards that music. And after all, it's the motherland. After all, the music is one. We are one people. The lineage speaks for itself. So it's all in the education.
100%.
You see a Zimbabwean, there's no question why they sound like that. There's no question why they sing reggae. There's no question why they sing dancehall. And there's no question why they're so into the Jamaican culture.
That's absolutely right. I mean, growing up, I was watching one of your other interviews and coming to find out that you grew up in Bari.
Yeah.
And my grandmother's house is in Bari. So every Sunday would go my grandmother's house and I'd hear my uncles playing music, and it'd always be something on a record player, on an LP. It'd either be Bob Marley, it'd either be maybe Beres Hammond or Barrington Levy, whoever it is. And hearing your background with the influence and where that started from. So you had someone who introduced you to reggae music. Who was that? Who was that special person who kind of brought you in?
Obviously, I grew up, my dad and the people around the community.
Yeah.
Like there's deep history and there's a lot of education around the aspects of reggae. From before it was called reggae, it was called ska. You know,
Yes,
the essence of reggae itself. So the lineage, if you can trace it, it has some level of black man history within it, heavily. You get what I mean? In Zimbabwe, it cannot be separated within that equation somehow. So yeah, growing up, the community is reggae. Bob Marley is playing, Peter Tosh is playing, you know, Culture is playing, all of Buju Banton is playing. I grew up listening to reggae music.
Yeah.
My dad was playing, Bob Marley was playing, Bunny Wailer, you know, we could listen to UB40 and all of that. So those were the influences. So I grew up on reggae.
Yeah, no, I love to hear that, man. My introduction to reggae was obviously my uncles coming back home and then listening to the music, and then one friend of mine one time leaving me a tape with Caputon and Sizzler on it, and I was like, from then I was like, this is my genre, fam. And you know, we've seen the evolution of reggae music, and we've seen your evolution as well. But for those of us that are coming on this journey, we're gonna play one of Nutty O's earlier songs, because you know, obviously you've done a lot, but I want to take the audience on a journey of your songs and your catalog, and I think that will give them a better view of exactly who you are musically and also where you're going as well. So we're gonna play this song called "Safe" by Nutty O, and I want you guys to listen to the song because I think this is a banger, one of your biggest tracks. You guys are gonna love this song. Have a listen. Nutty O, "Safe."
Baddest, the maddest ever from Zimbabwe. You hear that? Icon Records, I see it straight from out of Kingston, Jamaica. Big up the whole of Zimbabwe, you know, our world, our place.
Hello, it's Empress all the way from Bedford, UK. I just want to say, Kurisei.
International sound selector, Daddy K, massive, Kurisei, say.
Well, why? Well, coming to you from another. Missing you, oh yeah. Missing you, oh yeah. Missing you always. Oh yeah. See, I wanna know why you okay. Go back to send no kufunga in my brain. Homie, I
Tamuka,
find
DJ
how you say.
Tamuka. Pablo and DJ Tamuka. Yeah.
This is my song every day. Oh, I wish there's a way I can get you see your face every day. Oh, are you there? So tell me, could you say? Could you say, yeah? Are you safe? Girl, are you safe? Yeah. Ndakuvonera chete, ndakuvonera chete, ndova ndakutaurira chete. Love and affection, girl, baby, ndakuvonera chete, ndakuvonera chete, ndova ndakutaurira chete. My situation, you my homie, it took up a long time, so I sing this one for you to make you feel special. Tell me, ikoko kuri
I
fine,
love
cause I
about the
didn't
videos,
akatoka kuneve
videos are always authentic, you get me?
Yeah.
You can't take, some people go try and find, you know, a town or something like that, but you just keep
Coming
it
home
real.
friend from a long time, now I'm missing you.
I love the storytelling.
Missing you, oh yeah. Are you missing me? Oh yeah. Oh. See, I wanna know why you okay. Go back to send no kufunga in my brain. Homie, are you fine? Are you safe? Are you safe? This is my song every day. Oh, I wish there's a way. Get to see your face every day. Oh, are you there? So tell me, could you say? Could you say, yeah? Are you safe? Girl, are you safe? Yeah. Ndakuvonera chete, ndakuvonera chete, ndova ndakutaurira chete. Love and affection, girl, baby, ndakuvonera chete, ndakuvonera chete, ndova ndakutaurira chete. Love and affection. Body could you say? Could you say, yeah? Kugweru could you say? How you say, yeah? UK could you say? Could you say,
Hey, Crazy, Wagwan.
Fire.
Wagwan, Zimbabwe.
Fire. Yes. No, I love it, man. Yo, how does it feel to watch this now? This was in 2020, right? The song was it 2020 came out?
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah.
No, I still remember 2020, right?
It was 2020 that came out, man. How was it?
Yeah, 2020.
Memories. But that was on your album Mustard Seed, didn't it? With,
Yeah, it was the first
Yeah.
single of the album, The Mustard Seed. You know,
Yeah.
setting the lead, taking pace for the album.
Yeah. So this is a fire song, and this is one of the songs that I was introduced to you by. But I actually was introduced to you through Jemma Griffiths, who we had on here sometime last year, actually, on the artist podcast, and I think you did 263.
263, yeah.
With her
Yeah,
and
Jem.
Asaph, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jemma. So you guys have been working a long time, but how did you meet Jemma? I mean, just a curious story for me to kind of know.
Jemma is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine. Yeah.
She said the same thing, so I get the connection, the vibe is there.
Yeah, you know, Jem, yo. Jem, we come a long way.
Yeah.
Close friend, and yeah. Shout out to Jemma. You know, everywhere she goes, she represents. Anywhere she goes, she just makes sure she tell people what's going on. She tell people about my music. That there's a boy out there.
Those are the kind of friends we need, right? Those
We
kind of
need,
friends
yeah, definitely, man. That's I believe that's what life is about. In essence, you have to surround yourself with people that hype you up even when you're not around. Because enough of the times it's always props when you're around. It's props when you're present. But there are people who go out of the way. Anywhere they go, they represent. Anywhere they go, they shout out. And that's Jemma for me. And she's special to me in that way. And everywhere I go, I always represent. And I tell people she's hardworking, she's talented. One of the most talented females we have around. And yeah.
No, absolutely. I remember, I think when I had the interview with her, she was like 30 minutes and then we had the call. And then next thing I know, she was on another line and on another interview with someone across the world. I think it was Kim Jade in South Africa. And I was like, oh, wow, this is the hustle.
She's hardworking, no doubt. She's one of the most hardworking females I know in the scene.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. But let's talk more so about, there's a question that I had for you. Now, when I saw your page, obviously, and I noticed the ABX, ability extension. Can you tell us what does that mean?
So ABX is, in context, it means it's the never-ending pursuit of growth.
Love that.
ABX, ability extension, it's simply broadening your functionality compass.
Wow.
Working outside the box, working outside the given paradigm. It's moving outside of the box, not being confined to anything.
Yeah.
There's no demarcation to creativity and growth and all this that we can do. And no, artistically, I was just saying I'm broadening my functionality compass, and I'm incessantly pursuing growth. It's a never-ending pursuit of growth.
I love that, man. I think that's how we have to be as human beings, but as an artist especially. And it's funny because when we listen to some of the songs in your latest album, I listened to Cornerstone as well recently, and I was like, man, this is I can hear the difference actually, and the evolution in some of your music, and that the international appeal in some of those songs, most of those songs, to be fair. So I'm gonna we're gonna play some of those songs. We're gonna play it in a minute, but I also know that you were signed to a previous label, was it MTM?
Yeah.
A while ago, and then now you're independent. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that something? I mean, I like when artists go and try and gain some independence, because I think with so much work that you put in, obviously not saying, not necessarily kind of saying you don't need to have collaboration. We need collaboration. We need the help. We need in some ways, to be lifted up by those who came before us, and that's very, very useful. But can you tell me what that means for you to be working now independently for yourself?
Honestly speaking, being independent is what we were born to be somehow. Because look, you're born alone, you die alone. In that context, for me, it's deep, because it means in everything that is essential, you have to be alone. You have to do it yourself. You have to work, figure out the path on your own. Even though that is not the mode of life, you would, at a certain point in time in life, get help and assistance, because we cannot fully function on our own. But then independence in the sense of being an artist is the way to go, because creative work doesn't need a lot of dilution, if you understand. Creative work is godly.
100%.
So it's what you feel inside, it's what's inside most of the times, more than what's outside. People around you might help you and try validate certain moves and push you and do all of these things, but at the end of the day, it boils down to you. If whatever it is that is happening outside does not align with what is inside of you, then nothing happens. You always go back to point A, which is being on your own and try to figure out things your own way, on your own. Because at the end of the day, you know yourself, you know what works for you, you know you have your best interest at heart. So no matter, it's life.
Yeah. I hear the spiritual influence in what you're saying.
Yeah.
Creativity is a spiritual pursuit, I believe 100%.
Yeah.
When you're creating it, something that, I spoke to a lot of people and they're like, you have no idea how gifted you are to be able to take something, pull it out of almost nothing and create something that's tangible, that makes people feel a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
That is an incredible gift you have there.
Mm-hmm.
So on the spiritual side, you wrote a song called Undependent Power.
Mm-hmm.
And can you, because when I was listening to that song, I was kind of trying to imagine what inspired you to write that song and what that song means to you. It's one of the songs we're going to listen to in a minute. But can you tell me what that song means to you?
That song means a lot to me because that song is the basis, is the essence of who I am. That time, I had just left MTM, people, it was a rocky, it wasn't a smooth, path. Yeah, there was just a lot going on. But it came to a point where I heard and I was being told things. But people, now that you're trying to do this, you're not going to emerge. Now that you're trying to move this way, you're not going to do this. You're not going to reach this height. You're not going to do that. And the challenge at hand, the obstacle at hand made it look like that was, you get what I mean?
Yeah, like it's over.
It's one of those situations when you are supposed to prove yourself to yourself that you can do these things. You prove yourself first, because it's not for anyone. I had to prove it to myself.
Yeah.
That, you know what? I can do whatever it is that I say I can do. Because I have the gift and it's God in me.
It's God in me that's pushing you all the way forward.
So if I say I want to do this, I will do it and I will do it. Regardless of what everybody else is saying, regardless of what the environment is saying, regardless of what the science is saying, regardless of what the dynamics and the frequency and man-made theories and philosophies are saying. I am a champ. And I am a musician who is going for global greatness. I'm a musician from Zimbabwe who is going for this level of influence. I have youths, I have people that are going to get to see my story and get a lot of inspiration from it. And this is me. I'm going to come out. I'm going to do this. I'm going to embark on this journey and I'll emerge victorious. And that's what I did. So basically reaffirming myself, reaffirming to myself that I'm powerful. Power is within. It's the mind. It's the system within. It's the belief system. It's here. And I was just vocalizing it. Vocalizing the power within. And that's what happened. That's how miraculous that song is. Because even the process where we made it, people didn't like it on the album, didn't like it on the list. But I knew definitely. Yeah. And just the knowledge that this song is going to do wonders. Named it Undependent Power. The song was a powerful song. The song was about me vocalizing the strength and the power that I have inside. And look what the song did on the ground, up to date. So it's like validation. It's what you say. It's a concrete proof.
Yeah.
It's a concrete proof. Anytime you cannot spoil my day. You cannot tell me I cannot do nothing. You can't tell me something is impossible to do, bro. Because that song is there, and that song stands as proof and reaffirmation that I am powerful and I can.
100%. Undefeated power. There's nothing more I can say about that. Let's just play the song. That's a powerful statement right there. Oh my God, man. That's powerful right there.
Undefeated power, power. Blessed is the man. Been through the fire, fire. Been through a lot. Undefeated power, power. I emerge. Keep going higher, higher. Ability extension. No obstacle coulda come get me done. Pandava coulda look how far when me go. Higher is the only road. One I couldn't live. No obstacle coulda come get me done. Pandava couldn't ditch you quit my como. Higher is the only road. One I couldn't live. Dengue di jingo abaya baya. Neni mano ona fire fire. And the pere power. Dengue di jingo abaya baya. Neni mano ona fire fire. And the pere power. And the pere power power. Been through the fire fire. And the pere power power. Never been the pressure, but I hit the pressure. Ishevangu vakandita kutendeve special. Atifana nepa level, that's the education. Wangu ndiri treasure, dabikwa under pressure. Ndaka polishwa kutendite beta. Ndachinja generation, ukaramba uri heta. Ono da revelation, uneze no kuneta. Andine simbare mucheche kika heba. Tiriseni ndo ziramba. Masiki isheramba muchi varanga. Makomborero wangu muchi mapama. I pray for elevation, manondi tumira mamepo ase back to sender. Nanyepa. Dengue di jingo abaya baya. Neni mano ona fire fire. And the pere power. Dengue di jingo abaya baya. Neni mano ona fire fire. And the pere power. And the pere power power. Been through the fire fire. And the pere power power. And the pere power power. Been through the fire fire. And the pere power power. Keep going higher higher. No obstacle coulda come get me done. Pandava coulda look how far when me go. Higher is the only road. One I couldn't live. No obstacle coulda come get me done. Pandava couldn't ditch you quit my como. Higher is the only road. One I couldn't live. Dengue di jingo abaya baya. Neni mano ona fire fire. And the pere power. Dengue di jingo abaya baya. Neni mano ona fire fire.
You're dissecting, right?
I'm listening because it's a lot of song I can shout. I don't want to shout on this one. I have to listen to it.
Fire fire. And the pere power power. And the pere power power. Pray for your enemies.
Yeah, like, have you ever been challenged in life? Like, challenged to step up?
That was it. This was the moment for you, man.
Yeah, what would you do? You would.
Yeah, it's just powerful what you're saying there, man. So, in that moment, with all that difficulty, proving not just yourself, but proving to others, like, listen, if God's behind me, who's gonna stop me, man?
Yeah, it's deep. You have the strength in you to do anything.
100%.
I know, and we live in society, we live in communities, in faculties where theory, someone's theory might have an effect on what you want to do. But honestly, God is God and God is in people. If you believe, you can achieve. That's me. That was the turning point. And undefeated power was just...
You know something, if I can just chime in here, because you said something which is quite powerful, that even when when you can see things on the ground,
yeah,
sometimes God's way is something that we cannot see.
We cannot see.
You step into faith.
I tell you, someone says, right, I know, I always get some questions. You always say you're going to do this. You always say you're going to do this. You always say you're going to get the Grammy. You're going to do BT. You're going to get a Drake, a Lil Wayne collaboration. Yes, because I know I will and I can. But the fact that you don't see it for myself, it doesn't mean it will not happen for me. Nobody saw this. Nobody thought this would be, we would be here speaking about what happened that time. You get what I mean?
And the powerful thing as well in that is, you could have stayed where you were, stayed comfortable.
Yeah,
Hey, it's
I would have been.
People are
Yeah,
taking care of me. They're doing everything for me. And yeah, of course I'm working, but for the majority of the part, you can rely on other people to do things for you. But instead, you chose to take that on your own shoulders and to say, no, I'm going to push this thing because the direction that I need to go.
because sometimes you only know how strong you are when you only have that option. When strong is the only option you have. Because when you're on your own, you have to be strong. You have to stand. And you have to be full force, hands-on on every aspect of things. And that's how you can actually tell if you are meant for the road or you're not.
100%. And I love what you said. That's the only way you can tell. It's not necessarily a thing of saying, I do this and it has to work. And if it doesn't work, I failed. You've just learned something.
And in life, you don't have to blame anyone for your failures.
Yeah.
So rather be on your own, rather move, create your own path, learn from it. Nothing beats experience, both in seeing and in doing.
Yeah.
But then sometimes when we're here and there's a light already shining on us, we actually do not know how that light came to be and what's behind the light. You have to come out of that zone and see where the light is coming from and what it takes to shine light on something.
Yeah.
You have to be out there. It's experience.
Because in some ways, someone is shining the light on you, was shining the light on you at that time. But your vision, your mission, and your goal is to shine the light on others.
True.
And you cannot know that process. You cannot know how to do that unless if you take that, you have to go in some ways in the darkness, right? To create light for others.
Yeah.
That's a lonely journey sometimes. It can be very tricky and
It
challenging.
is tricky. Life is tricky the way. Be it we have aid or we don't have aid. But the biggest aid is your mind and what you tell yourself and what you believe in. That's the aid we all need. We all need belief to start.
Yeah.
We don't need money. We don't need brilliance. We don't need anything. We need belief to start. You just need to believe.
100%. One of the things that I was challenged about, and I want to ask you this question, because one of the things that I was challenged about earlier this year, I was thinking to myself, how, I used to use the word God or the universe a lot. And I was like, I need to specify this for people, because it's not good for me to give you directions and say, if you go in that direction, on your right hand side, and then I don't tell you the road name, I don't tell you the house number, you will not get there. So I had the conviction to say I need to tell people exactly what I believe. Now that may not be your thing, but I wanted to ask you, when you say God, what do you specifically mean? Who is God to you?
Like he said, I might also say the universe. That's God, because that's his energy around. We're talking creation, the higher power, the essence of everything. That's the creator. That's God. That's Jehovah God.
Yeah.
For me. You see, I'm Christian.
Okay.
Yeah. And I believe in Jehovah God. I believe in Jesus. You get what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I believe that God provisioned everything. Everything unto the earth and this universe, the universe being him and his power and his movement around within us.
Yeah.
So this is God moving. We're all godly in some way because God is in us.
Yeah.
That's him operating. You get what I mean?
100%, yeah.
Depending on how you interpret this, your God might be anything, but still there's a higher power.
You know something? What you're saying, the God, the creator of everything, gives us access to everything. And one day I'll tell you guys the story, and I'll tell you the story as well, about how this platform came to be. And my inspiration was similarly to yours, God. I'm a Christian as well. And I felt like, in some ways, I am doing my audience or the people a disservice by not telling them the source of the power. Because if I say to them, yeah, you can do X, Y, Z, but yeah, whichever way you want to do it. At some point, we have to kind of go, okay, actually, if you really want the source of the power, like Christ did, drink from me, I'm the living water. And that for me is something that I try to live by. But we won't turn this into a sermon, because one of the things that I wanted to say is that you continued to excel, even when people said, no, it's a dead end for you, or you're gonna fail from this point. You went in and had some bigger collaborations. One of the collaborations was Stonebwoy, a big reggae artist from Africa, another artist who's very well recognized, very well known. Can you tell us about that intro? How did that work? Because all the way from Ghana, Zimbabwe.
Stone, I've always I look up to Stonebwoy big time. On a mentorship level, he's my brother. Like that, we blood. We speak every day.
Wow.
You get what I mean? And I look up to him, and to a point where he noticed that I was one of, his kind, but from Zim.
Yeah.
And that's how the link came about. And I think first time I got to link Stonebwoy was through a brother from Australia, DZD. Shout out DZD. And he met Stonebwoy, and they were chatting about me, and Stonebwoy send some shouts, and he was like, yo, this youth is bad news. Then the second time it was through Rhymes, who actually sent me a record that we did that never came out. But then this third time now I was working on my album, and I just approached the brother, man. I was like, my brother Stone, it's time. And he was like, yeah, why not, Nutty? It's time. I told you. When it's time, it's time, it's time. And we did Success. It's one of my favorite songs on the album because it speaks. It has a big message within it. It speaks about me being the Joseph of the music in the Zim music industry, of which I feel like I am that person. I've been that person for the longest time. Yeah, the vision is taken me this far. Yeah, even when my brothers and sisters weren't seeing it. Even when some of my brothers and sisters would fight me or would still fight me, I'm still the Joseph because I see something and I'm going for that thing. Whether they see it or they don't, it's going to be that time when I'm going to build a fortress that they will also depend on and lean on. And I'm wide, my heart is open. I will still be glad to help when the time comes.
Well, that's the right spirit. God lifts you up so you can help others that come
Definitely.
Come after you.
Yeah.
Absolutely powerful, man. Why don't we listen to that song Success with Stonebwoy and Nutty O? You guys are going to love this song. It's another great song.
Success will never come to you. No. But again, do what you gotta do. Do what you got to do, yeah. Nobody really cares. Nobody cares. Never come to you. No. But again, do what you gotta do. Do what you got to do, yeah. Nobody really cares. One God. DJ Kamuka tell them Zimbabwe Ghana. Ability extension. Pablo, coming to you from another. If you making money, nobody hear what people say. Tell them don't block my way. Ah yeah. Them used to think I'm funny when man hustle and on for me bread. Them want see me dead. Where the money dead? Throw the money every day. Collect the money dead. And I listen to what them say. Where the money dead? Throw the money every day. Collect the money dead. Collect the money. You never listen to what them say. Do them things say me mother poor, so me woulda never make money. Why? But who God bless, no one curse can't touch my destiny. One God I make them know. Me give thanks to the maker when me see the daylight. Me give to the poor, me no pay time. Me tell mama everything gonna be alright, and they will all bow before right. Like Joseph, them sell me out, but them never know say I'm a king in the making. The money I'm making, big weed I'm smoking. Like Joseph, them sell me out, but them never know say I'm a king in the making. The money I'm making, big fees I'm collecting. Where the money dey? Throw the money every day. Collect the money dey. And I listen to what them say. Where the money dey? Throw the money every day. Collect the money dey. You never listen to what them say. I seen a boss a man work from 9 to 5. I wanna get the money and live the life. From $1 to $1 million, don't despise. Wanna end up in the world. Dog, I remember, Kudara Gwangu, Patina Kanawan. Try Batika, well. Tanaka Bata Achipere fast. Now I pray it lasts, and that is forever. I'm working, and I'm shaking. Of great things, me anticipating. Kumatinga, I praise him for this and other blessing. That's how I tell him it's worth it. Will never come to you. Work and do what you gotta do. Obenga usife. Nobody really care. Success will never come to you. Work and do what you gotta do. Obenga usife. Ain't nobody really care. If you making money, nobody hear what people say. Tell
That song is fire, bro. That song is fire, and Stonebwoy killed you on that tune, man.
Yeah, man.
But it's a song where sometimes when I listen to music, it's like normally I'm talking to these guys a little bit. I'm trying to get a feel, but I had to listen to that, really listen to it because I've heard it before. But it's nice to really sit and digest the music.
Actually, that's what I've been doing. Like, funny enough, I don't sit down and fully. That today I was actually listening to every detail.
It's amazing because I think Stonebwoy referenced the Joseph story as well.
Yes,
being taken and somewhat being thrown in the pit, your life being taken upside down. Because you could have been doing something else. You could have not been here doing what you're doing, following your vision and your goals and your calling or whatever you want to call it. But you're here, and you're rising, man. You're rising like a star, which is amazing. It's amazing. I want to go on to the next kind of super amazing, one of the most kind of mind-blowing. I think this was when you featured on a Grammy Award nominated, I think, album, was it?
Yeah, Etana, Grammy-nominated project, yeah.
Grammy-nominated project with Etana. And then there was another reggae album, which is Bob Marley,
Africa Unite.
Africa Unite.
Yeah.
And so how did you get onto that? Because I know obviously you got links with Jamaica and all that kind of stuff, but how did you get onto that exactly?
Yeah, I want to say shout out to Taps, Taponesco for
Taps.
making the link possible. But at the end of the day, it's Taps and it's also merit.
100%.
Because if there is a pool to choose from, the people would have chosen other people who are eligible for that job.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it's got direction. It's God's direction. I ended up being in a project that I'm supposed to be in, like worthy-wise. Me, Winky D, featuring Bob Marley. Fair enough, speaking factually, I believe that's what was worth. It has to be Bob Marley, and somehow it had to be me, because these are the things we've been chasing for the longest time.
Yeah.
We're doing music with a target, with a goal to reach out to different paradigms and different heights. And being involved in the Bob Marley project has always been my desire growing up. It's something that the people around me know. Taponesco knew. My management, home, they knew. So, stars aligning. What you see for yourself and what you dream about enough of the times, you become.
Yeah.
So it came through that way. And it's an honor, it's a privilege to be in that project because there are many superstars in it. Superstars, Stone, Pato Rankin, Rema, Skip Marley, you name it.
Wow. Yeah.
And, it's fulfilling. It's fulfilling.
And you're one of those people that was there, man, with merit, like you said, and I believe that not just that validation, but also the recognition to say, actually, you boys, because Zimbabwe, man, for the longest time, our industry has been not necessarily there. It's been good, but it's not necessarily outside of Zimbabwe good.
It's not.
Do you know what I mean?
It's not.
So now to have you on that album being recognized by international artists amongst other amazing international artists, it's power.
It's power. It's power, like you're saying. It goes back. It's power. It goes back to undefeated power.
Undefeated power.
So it's
100%.
It's a continuation of that power story. Believe me, step by step.
Yeah.
Every move that is happening is aiding on to the fire, is aiding on to the power. Small, big, every move is aiding on to the power. Remember, it's the mustard seed. That was the seed. And the seed is growing into a flower.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Absolutely.
From that seed point to the flower until the flower turns into a big tree, a tree that will produce fruits seasonally for different seasons.
And shelter.
And shelter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I've just given you the whole body in what Nutty O is about. And that's until I die.
Yeah.
It's the process from the seed to the big tree. The tree now that is a fountain of many essential elements that are vital to creation. Shelter, food, shade.
Absolutely.
The air we breathe. Source of clarity, purity, and all of these. Tree bark strong. strong enough to withhold any weight.
Everything we do comes from the tree.
So
We build the
that's-
house of the tree.
yes,
we eat
that-
from the tree.
Tree, paper.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
It's deep.
Glued into it, man.
It's deep. So
Right.
Bob Marley project, it's validation again. It's like you said, it validated everything that I'm doing, that I'm in the right track. Who wouldn't want to sing with Bob Marley?
Oh, dude.
That's like, if it's not Michael Jackson,
Wow.
it's Bob Marley. In this world, these are two of the most
significant,
influential,
I'm telling you, yeah.
significant musicians. And for me being here in this at this stage, and I'm telling you that I've sang with Bob Marley, it's powerful, man.
It's powerful. It's powerful. So
You
so-
can explain.
So people might be wondering how you sang with Bob Marley when he passed away. Can you just explain that little moment there when you said you sang with Bob Marley? Can you
Yeah.
explain how that happened? In terms of like the actual technical side of it.
The
just a
technical
little
side-
bit. Just a little bit. Just give us a glimpse of how did they do that?
Oh yeah, we received his vocals.
Yeah.
Is vocals from long time
Yeah.
in their original form,
It's always amazing
untouched,
hearing those.
untouched.
Wow.
Like Tamuka had to start mixing them, and untouched analog vocals.
Wow.
We received them, and they said, with these vocals, you need to create your own song from scratch, and make sure you find a way to align Bob Marley, because you'll be featuring him.
Mm.
So he's not here. The only thing you can have is his vocals,
Yeah.
and we take our own creative side, full force, 100%,
Yeah.
and we created that song. Because his song was so much trouble.
Yeah. Love
And
that song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sang that already.
Yeah.
So we had to find a way to merge
Yeah. Wow.
from our side.
Mm.
Merge Winky, merge Nutty O
Yeah.
into this Bob Marley song. Find ways you can merge this song.
Yeah.
So that's how it happened. We received his vocals, because the concept of what that project was, Africa Unite.
Yeah.
So artists were being given a long time Bob Marley songs
Yeah.
to recreate and merge into,
Yeah. You know, when you said two of the most iconic artists, Michael Jackson and Bob Marley. You know, sometimes I listen to Michael Jackson's like just vocals, and if you listen to them, you're like, it's magical. Just listen to the vocals without any beat on it. It's like, wow. So I can't imagine what it must have been. It's like a spiritual experience to hear Bob Marley's raw vocals.
raw vocals.
I mean, that's
It's
crazy.
nothing beats that, my bro.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Like,
Oh, yes.
I remember we sat for a week in Tamuka. We couldn't do nothing. We're just listening to these vocals, and we were wondering, that's him.
Wow.
Yeah, that's his untouched vocals. We have them right now here, and we're supposed to create a song with this legend.
Yeah. So you know, my father passed away, and one of the things that he did was before he passed away, he sent me a voice note. The amount of times that I go on my WhatsApp and just kind of listen to that WhatsApp voice note, because it reminds me of the closeness sometimes of just being, hearing someone's words and hearing someone's voice. Like I said, with no music, because sometimes the music can get in the way, the beats can get in the way.
And I want to tell you, and I believe you know this. Words are powerful. Everything springs from words.
Yeah,
That's why they say, mind what you say.
absolutely.
Because honestly, you are your word.
Yeah. Well, they say spelling, casting a spell. When you're spelling, you're casting a spell.
You
Careful how
are
you
your
use
words.
Yeah.
So that voice note from your father, that's literally the essence.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, there's a song that was sort of like the lead up to, re-releasing your song that you did with Winky D as well in the Africa Unite project, Makanonoka. Now, can you briefly explain or just introduce the song really quickly to the audience so they can get a vibe, an idea of what it is that you're talking about in this song?
On Makanonoka, I was basically saying, I'm always on these vibes where I'm always on this prove them wrong vibes. I was just explaining a situation where I'm saying, at this point in time, if there was anything that was going to stop me from chasing my goals, if there was anything that was supposed to kill me, if there was anything that was supposed to devour me and end me,
Makanonoka.
it's late for the party.
Too late for the party.
You're late for the party.
Yeah.
If you think I was going to stop at this moment, if you think I was done, if you think I'm done, if you think I'm not going to surprise you again,
Yeah.
and again and again and again, you're late for this party.
That's fire. That's fire. Let's play that song, Makanonoka, by Nutty O. You guys are gonna love this one as well. I love the videos and the visuals to this, man. Absolutely amazing. This. Again, keeping it authentic. I love that. The scenery.
I'm on. ABX, ABX. Ability extension. Well, coming to you from another Africa's finest. Oh my G, I'm glowing. Tell my haters I'm sorry. Shaka wonders reloading. It's a daunting. Pack that cushion down the low key. Time to celebrate our glory. I'm floating. We rolling. Easy going. It's Baba Godi. Benzema. I don't miss when I shoot. So let's go do. I only favor dude. Side take comfortable money. I love guess I'm blessing the honey. Now I am. I sing praises with the Aiki. Maka, no no ka. Maka no no ka. No no ka. Anjabatika maka. No no ka. Pomera maka. Amana maka. Onegoza chica maka. No no ka. Maka no no ka. No no ka. Uya chabatika maka. No no ka. Pomera maka. Numenga maka. Onaita shika pa top elevation. Check kata graduator. Top man delegation. Cut sabangena. Pants kwem tunes well lang. Down on my knees. Pray for my G's. I want the keys so we all make money. Extension daddy. Tamuka my G. Time to step. Got the money calling. Oh my G, I'm glowing. Tell my haters I'm sorry. Shaka wonders reloading. It's a daunting. Pack that cushion down the low key. Time to celebrate our glory. I'm floating. We rolling. Easy going. Na Baba Godi. Maka. No no ka. Maka no no ka. Maka. No no ka. Anchabatika maka. No no ka. Pomera maka. Amana maka. Onegoza chica maka. No no ka. Maka no no ka. Maka. No no ka. Uya chabatika maka. No no ka. Pomera maka. Numenga maka. Onaita shika pa top elef. Top elef. Top elef. Top shika pa top elef. Top elef. Onaita shika pa top elef. Top elef. Top elef. Top elevation. Onaita shika pa top. Maka no no ka. Uya chabatika. Pomera. Numenga.
Oh man, shout out to the videographer on that one, man. The DOP, the director of photography, smashed it on that one, man. That's an amazing song, man. I love that song.
Maka no no ka. Yeah, it's one of my favorites too.
I can hear the message behind it. It's like it's a going for it. It's like I'm coming for you. Like, you know what I mean? It's yeah, no, it's fire, man. So, man, you guys have been joining us on this channel. I hope you guys have been loving this as much as I've been loving it. I'm kind of forgetting the questions I'm about to ask, but I want to talk about what's next for you, because as you were coming up, we were talking about, you know, the collaborations that you're going on. I'm not sure if you're able to drop some names, but you recently dropped another album as well, Cornerstone.
It's a mixtape.
Mixtape, sorry, my bad. Yeah, mixtape. But honestly, dude, it sounds so good. Like, I don't know why people do that. I'll be honest.
Sounds like an album.
It sounds like an album. But I know what you're saying, because when I listened to it, I heard so many different kind of genres. A couple of my songs are Do or Die, I See Danger. I love those songs, by the way. There's so many like great songs. And I was listening to it and I was thinking, I can hear these songs playing in the club, or I can hear this song playing in this club, or I can hear this song going in this genre. How did you, you said it's a mixtape. Why did you make that into a mixtape, and maybe why not singles? Just curious. For some of my artist friends who are watching this, they might want to know, like, why did you choose to make, how do you choose that process?
You know, there's no formula to these things.
Yeah.
And no matter how people would love to tell you theories and theorize, everyone is entitled to their own formula or ways, because there's no formula actually. And when I'm in the process of creating my album,
Okay.
I took just this time to just give my people a glimpse of what's gonna come.
Yeah.
And what's gonna come is not the album. So this is the mixtape. It's a mix of songs that I've done already, different picks, genre styles, and I'm just gonna give you a glimpse of what's gonna come in the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine, man. So one of those songs is actually Desvenue, which is on that track.
Desvenue, yeah.
And we're gonna play that song now before we actually kind of wrap up. So I want the guys to listen to this song because I think you're gonna enjoy it. The album itself, the mixtape, sorry, I keep calling it album, it's fire, dude. I think
The
you
album,
guys,
you know what? Honestly speaking, it's album material, and I believe the sonics on Cornerstone for me are bigger and better than Mustard Seed. So people, I've always been arguing with people and say, but then one thing I know, people are always late for this party.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you're used to what you're used. You're used to what you're used to.
Yeah.
It takes time for you to even gravitate to the new sound.
Yeah.
But then they will catch up. Cornerstone for me is that Nutty O is scary.
Yeah.
That Nutty O coming to you now is a scary individual. You know, God is just working some amazing magic around me, and you know, it's a glimpse of what's coming, like I said.
Yeah.
And Desvenue is one of my favorite songs because it speaks the story from now going forward. I don't care, my bro, what you say or what you believe in. If you believe you're a winner, you are. If you believe you're a failure, you are a failure too. But regardless, I'm going to push my story. I'm going to push my story. I'm going to fix my route. I'm going to fix my life. I'm going to create a path, and I'm going to move, and I'm going to keep going.
With power.
With power.
With power. And I mean,
so that was in this. And the school, I don't care.
Yeah, no one's going to stop you, man.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm inspiring people. I'm giving people an attitude from 2024 going forward. The attitude is in this.
Yeah.
Don't listen to anything. Focus.
Wow.
Your path is what you must focus on. And don't care about statistics. Don't care about previous algorithms or previous histories or previous eventualities. The now is the now. Go forward. Fix your life. Push your own. Do whatever it takes. Do what you gotta do. Anything else doesn't matter.
Dude, I feel that not just coming from you, but in 2024, I feel that energy. It's time to be authentic. So for anyone that's watching this, if you've ever doubted yourself, there's some energy in 2024. There's some energy in this room. If you're watching this interview, use some of the energy coming from Nutty O and the light coming from him to actually say, you know what, I can do it. Yeah, in fact, you know what, in fact, I'm going to push with power and do my thing because you know the power that God has gifted you with to move forward. So we're going to watch Desvenue and we're going to wrap up in a minute. But before we wrap up with Desvenue, I actually want you to kind of maybe give us a glimpse of, tell us just quickly. I mean, I'm going to try and be cheeky and say, just tell us what's next in terms of like what you're working on next.
So I want us reloading.
Yeah.
I'm working on a lot of things. I stay working. I've been working. I'm in studio. Like I told you, I'm working on my album. There's no release date yet. It might be this year. It might be next year. It might be the year after the next year. I'm relaxed. I'm not pressurized because I create work based on substance. And the substance that I've created before, people still tell me that they're listening to the Mustard Seed. Yeah. People are still listening to the Cornerstone. And the thing is, when you make good music, you don't have to rush. Because I take time to make the music. Yeah. And the timeless music will also take you through time without being pressured. You know, nowadays the algorithm is fast. People making music for TikTok. People making music to trend. Yeah. And I'm sorry to say this. This has killed the substance. 100%. Enough of the music I listen to now. I just think people are losing substance just because of hype, just because they want to chase the algorithm. Yeah. And I don't want to do that. Yeah. I want to create a timeless body of work that will take us through the time. And Very Power will still be streaming until my grandchild. Yeah. You get what my grandchildren, as long as they leave. You get what I mean? Absolutely. You're still gonna listen to Very Power anytime, any day, any year. It still be relevant. So I'm taking my time. I'm making music. I'm creating my album. Yeah. And I'll announce soon. And I'm working on a lot of collaborations.
I heard. Oh, you guys are gonna want to tune in. if you don't follow Nutty O, I'm going to put links below here. Can you just tell us where we can find you, just for the audience?
ABX_Nutty O on Instagram, Twitter, same time. Nutty O on Facebook. You know, people might just will subscribe to my Nutty O Vivo YouTube channel. There's like a wonders reloading. There is a lot coming. Good music, groundbreaking creativeness. I can't wait to share with you what's coming. This is the time. This is the now. Growth, sonically, visually, in many ways.
In many ways. I think that's a perfect note to sign off on. So we're gonna say goodbye, but we're also gonna leave you with a great song that you need to listen to. Nutty O, thank you so much for the
blessings, my brother. It's an honor.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's an honor.
And thank you for gracing us with your presence. You guys, I hope you guys loved it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I want to sign you off with Desiree New by Nutty O. You guys stick around, subscribe, make sure you follow Nutty O on all these pages. Next thing coming are going to be really big, so you guys are going to want to tune in. Thanks, guys, for tuning in with me, Tawanda 7th Century Music on the Artist Podcast. Tune in again. Make sure you subscribe. Love you as always. Take care. Bye-bye.
Africa's from another way. Why do you wish I give up? Dying in a dress and I see her. Shega woman say you're my guy, chingo ziva. You gotta live on. Hakuna life it easy. Pambira munzira ine minzwa. Uchida mafuro adi greener. Oto shingirira. Cause inga dairi dende. But I am a winner pinde. Nyangwe kukashata kunze. Hamungani winne. For a long time I've been there. I never lose and it for me. Nyangwe kukashata kunze. Hamungani winne. Yati nyesenyu. Iwo ubenyu. Wangunja ukazira. Wangunja ushandira. Yati nyesenyu. Iwo ubenyu. Wangunja ukazira. Wangunja ufaitira. Nchaitika. Press pedal ndakatika. Life yakanaka ndo pika. Pika. Dakatika. Gonna chop life mine. Man still gonna get richer and richer and richer. I'm gonna work for mine. Sacrifice. Plenty you testify. Zigaramba kwa uri. Yumajirambe kwa ndiri. I'm a born winner, God be my pillar. Satan killer, Sakanaka and Dozida. Fashion killer, my family bigger. I'm gonna work and buy my villa. Cause I got dim dead. But I am a winner, been dead. Nyangwe kuka shata kunze. I'm gonna win it. For a long time I've been dead. I never lose and it for me. Nyangwe kuka shata kunze. I'm gonna win it. Ubenyu, wangunja ukazira, wangunja ushandira. Dati ndezenyu, iwo ubenyu, wangunja ukazira, wangunja ufaitira. Nchaitika, press pedal ndakatika. Life yakanaka ndo pika. Dakatika, gonna chop life mine. Man still gonna get richer and richer and richer. Dati ndezenyu, iwo ubenyu. Wangunja ukazira, wangunja ushandira. Dati ndezenyu, iwo ubenyu. Wangunja ukazira, wangunja ufaitira.